that goes on up there. I was walking down Young Street at 3 o'clock in the morning, and this pretty young girl come up to me and said, "How would you like to sleep with me for $100? I said, "I'm not that tired, but I could use the money." She said, "You don't understand what I mean, sir. I got mirrors in the ceiling in my bedroom." I said, "No, thanks. I don't shave in bed." And there's stuff that goes on up there. Guys to meet Jimmy, they got these sex lines, right? You can call up and talk to a girl on the phone and have an orgasm talking to her. I said, "Come on." He dials the number, gives me the phone, right? I got one that stuttered, cost me $1,500. I got an ear infection, too. These things must have happened somewhere. This guy plays bingo, right? He would call in the numbers, and what he used to do, he'd slip a ball in his mouth, right? And when the winning numbers come up, he'd go, and call that number. So this night, he put the ball in his mouth. He hiccuped, swallowed the ball. They took him to the hospital, and he x-rayed him. The doctor said, "They got good news and bad news." He said, "The bad news is we found a tumor in your stomach. The good news is it's benign." It's new. It's new. Fellow walked to the barber shop. The barber, "How much for a haircut?" He said, $15. He said, "How much for a shave?" He said, $10. He said, "Good, shave me head." Fellow comes up to wholesale repute, got no arms and no legs. The door opens, says, "I'm here for pleasure." She goes, "You're here for pleasure? You got no arms and no legs." He said, "I rang the doorbell, didn't I?" Woman goes to the dentist. Dentist looks at the mouth and says, "You got an awful bad cavity there. I'm going to have to pull that tooth out." She said, "I'd rather be pregnant than have my tooth pulled." He said, "Make up your mind. I got to adjust a chair." Two snails attacked this turtle and mugged him. And the police got there and said to the turtle, "Did you get a good look at them?" And the turtle said, "No, it happened so quick." This old fellow's walking on a country road, and he meets a frog in the middle of the road. And he says, the frog said to him, he said, "If you give me a kiss, I'll turn into a beautiful woman for you." So the old fellow, 80 years old, bends down, picks the frog, puts him in his shirt pocket, keeps on walking. So the frog says, "Well, aren't you going to kiss me?" "Oh, fellas, no, I don't think so. At my age, I'd rather have a talking frog." Talk about frogs. This little girl goes to her father and says, Daddy, talk like a frog." Father says, "Get away from me, talk like a frog." Next day, the little girl comes over, "Daddy, talk like a frog." She says, "Will you get away from me with the frog stuff?" Third day, "Daddy, talk like a frog." He says, "Where are you getting all this frog stuff from? I don't know how to talk like a frog. Why have you asked me to do that?" He said, "Well, Mommy said the other night when you croaked, we're going to Florida." My first game of golf there a couple of weeks ago, I was over in Prince Edward Island. It was real neat. The little fella came over and said, "Hi, Mr. Flynn." I said, "How you doing, buddy?" I said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm your caddy." "Oh, your caddy, eh? What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I help you every way I can." I said, "Any good to find lost balls?" He said, "I sure am." I said, "Go find me one. I want to start playing." And these guys were in front of me. And there was 4 of them playing out there. And this little guy, he came late, I guess he was deaf and dumb, and he was all by himself. So we kept playing up to him, playing up. Finally went up to the big guy in the foursome, and he wrote in a piece of paper, said, "Dear sir, I'm deaf and dumb. Just 4 of you, only 1 of me. Would you mind if I played true?" Big fella said, "Get away from me," he said. "Should have been here this morning." Big fella was having a bad day, right? The little fella goes back down the fairway. 3rd hole, 2nd hole, 4th hole, 5th hole. Big fella's got a $20 bet in a 12-inch putt. Just going to hit it, and whack! Gets a golf ball right in the back of the head. Turns around, looks down the fairway, hitting the little deaf and dumb guy. And this other guy had a big cigar. So he said to his buddy, you got a light? So Buddy pulled his lighter in the bag. It must have been that long. Woof! Burnt the head off the fella. Guy said, where'd you get a lighter like that? He said, that bottle over my bag. I rubbed it, and a genie came out and granted me a wish. He said, really? He said, can I try it? He said, sure. Rubs the bottle. Oh, comes the genie. Genie said, you a friend of his? He said, yeah. He said, I grant you a wish too. What do you want? Wink says, Buddy said, I'd like to have $1,000,000. All of a sudden, 1,000,000 ducks started falling the skies everywhere. Ducks all over the ground. Says to his buddy, what's going on? I didn't ask for 1,000,000 ducks. I asked for $1,000,000. He says, forgive the old genie. He's getting old. He's hard of hearing. You don't think I asked for a 12-inch bick, do you?